Hello and welcome to the Madhouse everyone, and it's that time of the week again. We have the 7th edition of the build of the week for Grim Dawn, and well, truth to be told, I actually kind of ran out of builds, but nonetheless we got another one of Ninetrix's goodies, and well, this one is not really top tier, it's not up there, it's not the biggest thing in Grim Dawn right now, but nonetheless it does work. And it is quite fun to play. Some people do like this type of build, and we will get right into it. Alright guys, here I give you the Eviscerator, and as you can see here, this is a Blade Arc build, and I will post down in the description the original build from Ninetrix, and I did change some stuff, and I'm going to tell you guys exactly what that stuff is. Okay, so as a Blade Arc build, we have maxed Blade Arc, and the additional points come from items, especially the Farmstead Liberator, but we are going to get into that a little bit later. And we have Blade Arc maxed, 1 point in Laceration. This is very important. It gives us a lot more targets, 7 more targets actually. As you can see here, Blade Arc has a maximum of targets. And we have 1 point into Fighting Spirit. I do like this little ability here. 1 point in Military Conditioning. How many points did I put in here? So I have 10 points in Field Command, 1 point in Squad Tactics, and 1 point in Decorated Soldier. So basically this is the whole soldier tree. This is a very mobile build. It's nothing stable. You can adjust a lot of things, as you are about to see. And then we went into the Occultist, and we got 1 point in Sigil of Consumption and maxed Destruction. The reason why Sigil of Consumption is present in this build is because of the healing that we get from it. This is our only source of healing. Well, we still have Blood of Drieg here, but this is the main source of healing, which is going to keep us alive. I have maxed Solal's Witchfire, 1 point into Consecrated Blade and 1 point into Second Right. I have played with this a little bit. I tried to go 1 point Solar and then full max Second Right, but there are some reflective monsters that sort of reverse the energy drain against us, and then we find ourselves with no energy, and energy is already a problem with this build. This build does require some energy potions, so you will have to use these. And then 1 point into Blood of Drieg, and this is the whole build. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. What Ninetrix did is he went for Armor of the Guardian, and he got the points to go to Armor of the Guardian from Field Command. So I just chose to go a little bit more offensive and defensive ability, and that is pretty much the whole variation of the build. You can play around with stuff. You can actually drop Sigil of Consumption, but I do not recommend it, since this is already a little bit squishy, but with good use of the Sigil you can actually counter that and make it really effective. Now that we saw the skill tree, we are going to go into itemization, and the first thing you are going to notice most probably is that I have 30 available points in attributes, and well, the only thing that I spent another 9 that we had, you get 39 attribute points, was to get the physique requirement for the Farmstead Liberator up to 400, and get a little more spirit for my chest. With these 30 points you could go even more into physique if you want the extra health, or you could go into cunning, which I think is going to be the best option, and that is what most probably I'm going to do. I'm going to get another 20 points into cunning and then maybe 10 into physique, something along these lines. You could actually go full cunning, but I do not recommend that, since well, you might, if you do change something around, then you might have a little bit of a physique problem. Okay, so we have the Farmstead Liberator, and the reason why I chose this is because of the +3 to Blade Arc, and it's a really good weapon. I don't think it's still best in slot. You can get a green one that's really good, but I did not want to bother with all that, so I just got the Farmstead Liberator, which most of you probably already have. And the next one is going to be another one of my chests, the Renegade Ornate's Robe of Menhir's Will. It gives a lot of health, plus 6% cunning, offensive, defensive. Basically it's a very good chest. And I put a Chains of Valoran with +1 to all skills in Soldier in it. In the Farms the Liberator I put a Severed Claw with +11 offensive ability. I do not have, I think it can go up to 9% total damage. That might be a little bit better. I think it's definitely better. And the legs, we have the usual Consecrated Raider leggings of the Drangul, and I think these are the best legs in the game right now, at least in my opinion. With an Ancient Armor Plate, the completion bonus of 6% health. The relic is Juggernaut, and you can get a Juggernaut with +2 to Blade Arc. That is going to be best in slot. I do not have it, and I don't really want to go out of my way to craft one. And again, this one has +1 to all skills in Soldier, offensive ability, physical damage. Is basically the best relic that you can get, and if you can get that completion bonus with +2 to Blade Arc, then it's going to be absolutely perfect. We have the utility belt here with a dense fur, because I hate cold. Cutthroat badge of the Drangul. This one has piercing. It's not that great, but it's still the best one that I have, and I'm really using it for the offensive and defensive ability. Attack speed does not matter for this build. If you want to increase your, the amount of times that you swipe with Blade Arc, if you want to increase this, then you are going to need casting speed. So keep that in mind. And in it I put a Vicious Jawbone with some elemental resistances. I have Renegade's Brigandine Sabatons of Potency. This is not great, but it will do. I like it because of health, energy, cunning, offensive, and I put a Mark of the Traveler in it. No need to get Mark of Mokdragon, because that one, the only thing that it actually gives you in, again, why it should be better than Mark of a Traveler is because it gives you some elemental damage, and this character does not use elemental damage. And I have Chainmail Gloves of the Drangul. This one is not perfect. It is lacking an affix, but it will do, with Spellwoven Threads in it. Spirit is really good because we need a spirit for the chest, and we have casting speed, which again is really good, and a completion bonus of 5% health. We got Frontier Shoulder Guards of the Drangul. Again, it is missing an affix, so you can get better than this. Elemental Resist, offensive, defensive, and I put a Mutated Scales in it. You can put a Silk Watch in there if you want some piercing and bleeding resistances, but I think the health might be a little bit better. And I have General's Copper Band of the Serpent, 2 of them. This one is, I think, the best ring that I got, most definitely. And with Roiling Blood in there. Roiling Blood is really good because physical damage, offensive ability, and I chose to go for Chaos Resistance here and Ether Resistance here on the completion bonus. I have General Skull Fetish of the Eagle here. Again, it is pretty damn good. It gives you a lot of attributes and 14% total damage. Well, wow. And offensive and defensive ability with, again, a Vicious Jawbone in there. The completion bonus of 7% elemental resist. And the last one is Mask of Delirium. Maybe you can get a better green one, but I do like the mask. It is a go-to choice for level 40 with a runestone in there with a completion bonus of 62 health. And well, this is pretty much the character. The resists are fine. They might be a little bit low on vitality either, but they do the job really good. The elemental ones are quite high, and I have some bleeding resistances as well. Again, you could go, even if you hit level 40, you might still have all the attribute points available. You don't really have to put them into something, so it is your choice how you choose to develop your character further on. So now let's go into some gameplay and see this guy in action. Alright, here we are in Steps of Torment. And we are going to sort of skip a little bit of steps. We're going to stop for champions, and if I see a big pack, then I am going to kill it. And as you can see here, the sigil placement is really important, not like that. and you guys will actually be able to see just how much healing you get out of that sigil. Let's put it there, and that was the healing. So as you saw, it is a really powerful skill, a really powerful way to keep yourself alive, and to be honest, sort of the only way to keep yourself alive with this character. So I am going to talk about this subject because everyone's been talking about it. It's been on the debate table for a lot of time. Here we go. We got a champion here, and yes, Blade Arc does knockback, and that was reflect, as you saw there, and we just got our energy drained. Okay, so the thing is, Force Wave is a lot better than Blade Arc. Outright, there's no really discussion about it. Force Wave is superior. So if you guys are looking to min-max, if you guys are looking to get a really powerful character, then I will definitely recommend Force Wave. The Force Wave build that I made is a beast. Well, it's not really mine. It's still Nitrix. But anyway, it is a really good build with if you have the items for it, then it's going to be an absolute beast. Okay, so where are we going now? Thing is, some people still prefer Blade Arc. That's why I still made this one, and well, it is an interesting build. It does work, definitely. So you can do end game, you can solo everything with it. It's not that much of a problem. It's just not as effective as some other builds. Okay, so we are making our way into Misery right now. And I'm not really killing everything, just so that you guys can get a good idea of how this build works and what you can actually do with it. Alright, let's go into Misery and see how we do there at the first boss. Bosses are not really that much of an issue. They do go down a little slower than most, but still, they do not pose that much of a threat. As you can see, if monsters are really grouped up, then there's not going to be any issue because the sigil is going to keep you alive. But if they are sort of spread out, you will have to run to them, and you don't really know where to put your sigil, and that's sort of going to suck a little bit. Energy again is going to be a problem, so you will have to use energy potions. Lot of monsters in here this time around. So Steps of Torment isn't really this populated usually. But anyway, we're getting close to the first boss, and you guys are going to see just how we do against him. I am going to kill the ads. I'm not going to take a chance to wait for the healers to actually heal the boss, so we'll just play it safe and go for the ads. Okay, so we put our sigil there, got ads up. That guy was blocking my path. Okay, kill the priests, kill the rest here, and then go back on the boss. And another thing that you might find a little bit unusual is that sometimes Solal's Witchfire, if you do run out of energy, it will stop being up. It will stop being active, so you will have to put it up again. Okay, so that was the boss. Let's open the gates here and get into the second part of Steps of Torment. Come on gates. Why are you guys shooting at me? That's not nice. Putting the boots here for more movement speed. I'm going to skip this big guy there. Big guys are actually quite of a problem, so you will have to target them down. You will see what I'm talking about in just a second when we get to the death room. The death room can be a little bit tricky. You will have to take care of your health and watch out so that you put the sigil correctly, because that's going to keep you alive. Usually I put the sigil on top of champions, but if I see a huge pack of mobs somewhere, then I'm going to put it there. Come on, stop dodge. Why is it dodging? You cannot actually do anything about dodge. That is an internal mechanic, so nothing does really affect. If your offensive ability does not affect dodge, it just does miss. Okay, so let's kill this guy so that we can get to the second wave. Here we go. Putting the sigil there. You can actually overlap 2 sigils, just so that you guys know. That is possible. Like that. And again, you saw the energy problem, especially with reflective mobs that actually drain you. So this is a really big issue right now, as the sigil is going to have to keep me alive. Come on, keep me alive, until I do get the energy back from the potion. Come on, sigil, do the job. Okay, so we got the energy back, and now everything is fine. I do not think, or at least I did not found any viable option to fix the energy issue. There might be, but that will have to be from gear, and I don't really want to go out of my way to get the gear required for that. Because if you do want to solve the energy issue, then you're going to have to sacrifice damage, and I hate sacrificing damage. Okay, so that was the death room. Little bit of an issue, as I said. Get that, and then keep moving forward. Right now, the next tough guy is going to be Ilgor up top. We got a champion here. This is why I don't really like Steps of Torment for this character, because they're going to drain the hell out of your energy, and you will come across situations like that, which really suck. Okay, let's just skip that. And as I said, look, the soul oil's not up anymore, so you have to manually toggle it again. Ranged monsters are not that pleasant, so you can just take care of them. And keep in mind that Blade Arc does have a damage over time effect, bleeding effect, so most of the stuff is going to die in one hit. Even if they're not dead, then they're going to die from the bleed. So, okay, making our way up top for Ilgor, and then going into the last level of Steps of Torment, which is actually the most difficult. But Sigil of Consumption again is a really good skill. Does not do a lot of damage. It does good damage, but not a lot, considering other builds. But its utility is absolutely insane. Okay, I'm going to skip that big guy there. Quite afraid of them, to be totally honest. Apparently these guys want me to kill them. Okay, let's go for Ilgor. No, leave me alone. No. Bloody skeleton. Okay. We're here. This guy's not going to be much of an issue, because the sigil is going to be really OP here. But it is going to take quite a bit of time. Let's take care of these guys first, okay? And again, energy might come into play again. Let's put the sigil there, just to take care of these guys. And you can spec this guy in a various number of different ways. It is your choice what you do with it. I think it really works in this this setup, but there are certain there are other setups to go. You could even go Arcanist with Blade Arc, and it's going to be fine. You can get the mirror, you can get casting speed, maybe go even heavier into offensive. So that might also sort out the energy issue. But then you will have to be really careful, because you are not going to have the sigil. Okay, let's go into the last level of Steps of Torment right now. Skip these guys. Go. Anguish. So let's see the layout. It is quite a terrible one, to be honest. It is one of the longest layouts for Anguish. That bloody thing on the ground kind of hurts. Okay, wrong way. I hate this setup. So we'll have to go through the middle, then go top for the merchant, and then return there for the final boss. Okay, let's take care of these. I love these little packs because you can put the sigil right underneath them, and they're going to go down really, really fast. Okay, we are getting near the merchant, and then we'll go straight. Wow, again, this Steps of Torment was really, really inhabited this time around. Lots of monsters. What do we have for me? Glacier and Chains of Olaron. Nothing interesting there. Okay, and now we will have to go to the last boss so that we can wrap this up. Alright, let's just race there and stop if we do see a champion. What you could actually replace, as I said before, you could replace the weapon. No, that's why I like cold resistance. You could replace the weapon. Come on, this should be able. No, why can't I break that down? You can replace the head and the weapon. Head is Mask of Delirium and weapon is the Farmstead Liberator. So if you get a really good weapon with offensive, total damage, and maybe a Plague Bearer, that would be insane. But you cannot get both Plague Bearer and oh great, we'll have to pull the lever. If that happens, don't worry, there is going to be that little Portcullis control there. Oh, big guy. Always focus these guys. Always. Okay, we pulled it. Now the gate should be open. Where did all this come from? Alright, it is open. Let's just play it a little bit safe, as this room can be the most difficult room in Steps of Torment because of usually there's going to be two big guys, two skeleton monstrosities, and one of them is going to be a champion, but not this time around. And right now we're going to have big energy issues with the final boss. You can actually just stand in that because the sigil is going to heal you, no problems. But let's not get cocky in here. No, I hate freeze. I hate cold. Cold and freeze suck. Okay, it should be going down. No real issues here. So with only one energy potion, we got him down, and we got his scythe. And that's Steps of Torment. Not big issues here. The only issues would be the death room, but you can if you play correctly, then that's going to be pretty easy as well. So right now let's get into the Herald of Flame. Okay, here we are. We teleported to the Homestead Rift, and let's put these guys up. And well, the Herald of Flame run has just one little issue, is the big Ether Crystal formation that you are going to see, and that is going to be quite an issue, to be totally honest. You have to play really smart to actually not die there. But that can be bypassed with a lot of Ether resistance. Right now I only have 11 Ether resistance, and it is still doable. I'm going to show you guys in just a second once we get there. Here I'm going to clear everything, and there is that big lovely annoying thing. So as you saw, a lot of damage coming from there. One sigil is not going to kill it. I'm just waiting right now, so because I will have to pop all my cooldowns to get it down. Okay, let's get into it here. Okay, now back away, let the sigil finish it, and that's how you do it. Okay, now let's keep going here, so that we can actually wrap this one up. In here you can use the sigil for two things. You can use the sigil for health gain, which is its main use. And yes, there are going to be energy problems because these monsters do reflect our energy drained against us. And you can use the sigil of consumption to deal with the crystals like that. As you saw, the sigil killed the crystal once we just backed away. Okay, so we got some champions there, and then we're going to just keep going. Now that we dealt with the big other crystal, then there's not going to be any issue whatsoever for this particular run. And I'm going to clear everything. You guys are going to get, if you want to try this build out, then you are going to get used with the sigil of consumption, and where to put it, how to position it, so that you can get the most of it. Honestly, what I think they should do is increase the area of the sigil, so that way it's going to be not only viable, but it's going to be a really good skill. So if they, I wouldn't even say double, might be a little overdoing it, but at least giving it a 1.5 boost, that would be enough. Okay. Plenty of mobs are always good, because that means a lot more healing. And we are going to go down. See how the Ether against Chthonic battle is going. Let's see, who's winning this time? Who's winning? Looks pretty equal, but I think Ether got it. Yeah, Ether definitely got it. So normally I would be afraid to just pop in the middle of these guys, but with the sigil in play, then not really. Yeah, Ether was definitely winning. Interesting. Okay, let's just skip and go into the little house. Try to focus the Dominator and the Reanimators. These guys are real troublemakers. And then go into the little hut, see what's going on here. Quite a lot of things are going on here. Yeah, okay, so that's fine. But these guys are really dangerous. You have to take a lot of care here, because they actually reflect your damage. These archmages. Okay, take care of this thing there. And then we are going to do the Herald. Let's see, I need more energy. Come on. Energy, yes. Get that Reanimator first. And keep dancing here. Don't stay in that other fire. That's bad. No, that pig is blocking me. Okay, I'm just going to stand here. And the Herald is dead. That little thing. Okay, and well, that's pretty much the build. I hope you guys got a really good feel of what to do and how to play with this Eviscerator here. Again, I still have 30 attribute points that most probably are going to go 20 into cunning, 10 into physique, and overall it is a nice build. It does work. The leveling process was okay. It was just the usual, no real problems. The only problem would be energy, so you guys can think of a way to fix that, because it can definitely be fixed. And if you want to make this Herald of Flame run a little bit easier, then just go get some other resistances. And well, that's pretty much it for the 7th edition of the build of the week. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you like this particular character, then go give it a go. And I shall see you all next week when we have the 8th edition. Have a good night.